What's going on, everybody? Want to hop on here real quick. We've hit 400 subs. Was at 402 or 403? I think it was at 403, and then I dropped one subscriber. But anyhow, we hit the 400 subscriber milestone sometime in the night, I guess. Right before I went to bed, it was at 399, and when I woke up this morning, we was at 402 or 3. I try to check it when I get close, that way I can get a video out pretty promptly. Just letting everybody know that I appreciate them subscribing to the channel. I hope they like the content. I know some things ain't, some of the videos I put out aren't for everybody. And I know sometimes probably some of the stuff I put out ain't the most interesting in the world to some people, but to some people, they like it or need to know it, or you know, that kind of deal. I know there's a lot of saw guys that watch this kind of stuff, a lot of probably tree guys that watch this stuff that I do, and I know there's quite a few of us that in this little community deal that are subscribed to a number of chainsaw channels, and they know a lot of this stuff. But you also got to remember, even on other channels, there are some people that are subscribed to the channel that have absolute little to no knowledge of how to fell a tree, or you know, do general chainsaw maintenance or whatever. And I'm no pro by no means. But I know enough to get me by and can make a little money at it. So anyway, when I was running that 395 the other day, I went into the bore. It bored out fine, and I stopped after I plunged through to look at my hinge on the high side, and or low side, I can't remember. I think it's high side. But anyhow, to look to see how much hinge I had so I could set my hinge, you know. And when I went to get back on it, it wouldn't turn. And I thought, well, maybe I've got something hung in it, which I was in a hurry, you know, trying to fall them trees before the skid steer was coming. And didn't really realize that I hadn't got anything bound up. But sometimes, you know, just this minute twig or sawdust in the chain or in the chain area around the clutch can kind of bind your saw down a little bit. So I was over messing with it and trying to rake it, because sometimes you can rake it across the log or the tree and get it back going again, but it never would happen. I brought the saw home and got it on, and I greased my tips. This tip was greased. Of course, it lost some from where I had run it, but I threw the grease to it just to see how much would come out, and with like one pump, it was already coming out where you could see it. So I know it had plenty of grease, but I don't know what the deal is. This is the first time that I've had any trouble with one of these bars, and this bar is fairly new because I don't run 32 a lot now. The 28s, the 28s I do run quite a bit, but the others I don't. So I'm going to attempt to take this booger off and apart and see what failed on it, because I want to know. And you know, if this, like saying, I've cut with the laser and the TsMura bars quite a bit, but if they're gonna start to give me problems like this, then I'll just pay a little extra money and buy steel. I will not buy a steel bar off of eBay or the internet, because they're asking way too much. I'll go to my dealer and get them for, every steel bar he priced me was well under $200, and you can't find one on eBay or the internet that I've seen under $200. And I may be wrong, but most of them I see is on eBay, and everybody's wanting north of 200 for them. I'm just not going to give that. So I'll just have to make a trip to my dealer and do it. I may have to throw a little heat to it. Like I say, I don't know. The best way to do it. Of course, I drilled that one out. I think this one's just kind of like a dummy one. It ain't actually a rivet. I think it's only got 3. I'm gonna go ahead and drill this one out too. I want to take the yeah. Like I say, I'd like to. I want to know what went wrong with it. That's one of the kind of deals. If something goes. Too good for your home rivet? Go to your home? My God. Yeah, I probably could have took a little grinder, because these rivets, I mean, I probably could have beat and bent it straight, but these rivets had a little flare on them. Of course, they would not stay in there, apparently, you know, of course, so. And it probably would be better if I would drill me a hole, about a 1/2-inch hole, just to slide this bar over and keep that rivet, keep, you know, my bar there. But like I say, who wants to? I don't like doing shit the easy way. I want to do it the hardest way possible. That way, if it takes anybody else a while to do it, they don't feel so bad. That's what I like. There you go. I don't know, buddy. Oh, there she come out there, lad. Alright, so the TsMura, or laser, I'm not want to touch that because it's hot, has 3 studs that hold the tip on, eh?